What's up, guys and gals, and welcome back to Pillows of Eternity. Pillows. I love pillows. They're so delightfully comfortable. You just lay your head on them and you sink on in. Nonetheless, I hope that today's episode will be like a pillow unto you and whatever needs to be soothed inside of your soul. We are playing Pillows of Eternity once again, and today what we were going to do is we had to head to the east, as I recall. So where's my map at? Right there. Yeah, we had to head to the east so that this zone actually I want the world map, actually. We needed to go to Caed Nua, but we were going to Esternwood, I think, to recover some supplies for a merchant who had gotten robbed. Unfortunately, he had run into a number of very, very angry robbers, and they had decided to take their names out upon him. So let's move on out and see what we can find here. Our health is a little bit low. I talked about this in the previous episode, but basically, you see how there's those two things right there? I'm going to reiterate just in case anybody missed it. Endurance is your short-term health. Health is your long-term health. If long-term health runs out, you die or you get a permanent disfigurement, which is no good because I like my figure right now. I've been going to the gym. We've been feeling very solid about our personal appearance. If that goes downwards, it's going to shatter us. If your endurance runs out, you just get knocked the hell out, so it's not quite so bad. But I figured I would talk about it once again. There's Skane Bone over there. Okay, I don't know why I need a Skane's Bone, but apparently I needed a Skane's Bone, so it's back inside our inventory. Let's take this nice and slow because I have no idea what form of attrition is going to be ramming itself against us in the near future. By and large, I try not to get rammed, but we're out in the middle of the wilderness in medieval times. There's no way to really tell how this is going to go. There's no police officers back then. There's no law or, like, order or anything. There's just, like, bounty hunters and, like, robbers, and that was it. So what are we doing right here? How is the map looking for us, right? How opaque is that map? I feel like the opacity on this map, it might be like slightly clear because it's throwing me off and it's difficult for me to see. Oh, look, we can travel through some trees right there. Lover, oh, what is that? A wicked. Okay. Well, it's time to light this candle then. I figure, while he's closing in with us, you can help by annihilating my enemies. Just utterly destroying them. Get started on one of those bombardment moves. And then over on this side, we will have... Let's have our fighter jump up and in here and take a couple swipes. Meanwhile, I have to really, really sincerely hope, okay, that something like that doesn't happen. Okay, so our mage is getting whooped on right now. So I'm going to draw him out of combat for just a second because I'm feeling particularly artistic. On this side, what can you do? Defender. The fighter adopts a more conservative combat strategy, concentrating on defending attacks. He receives a bonus to deflection, and his or her engagement targets go up to 3, but at the expense of attack rate. I need to figure out, like, this engagement thing. I'm assuming that that's enemies who have been taunted or something. Can you fight while you're in engagement mode? You can. Alright, so he is presently engaged. He's got himself a new shiny ring and everything. Well, I should have thought about that. Vessel flesh. I'm assuming that that's some sort of, like, reagent that we need in order to... Oh, look! It's like drawing back a lovely little curtain right there. I think that what I should do is let's draw him to the front of our line. I hope you're not expecting much. We hired that party member. We hired the guy who's like, I hope you're not expecting much. What? You're my fighter, dude. You're supposed to be up in here just like headbutting swords and keeping him out of the way of the mage so that his finger wiggling goes unimpeded. You're not getting what is that right there? A spear spiderling? Oh, shit. Okay, so since we've got spear spiderlings on this side, let's get started with our mage. We've got what looks like a fan of flames. I'm a fan of flames, too. I like to stare at them and everything. We've got Archimir's dazzling lights. Just shoot magic missiles at him. I cast magic missiles at the spiders! Ooh, nice job. That was the stuff right there. Okay, so dazzle these fools. It's so dazzling! Look at my dazzling little lights right now. That's right, dazzling lights. Have fun being blinded, spiders. And they got like 50 times as many eyes, too, so they can be blinded like crazy. Oh, there's a big spider right there. Maybe I should help out with that. Additionally, maybe I should drop a heal. It might help us with our present situation. Okay, I lied. There's no presents. There's just spiders. The worst type of present. Who would ever get you a spider as a present? That would suck. I had a friend who had a tarantula.
I could use a wee kip.
You could use a wee kip? Why did your voice change? This dude's got multiple personalities, I know it. He's got to be, like, out of his gourd or something. That's the only reason that he would sign up with, like, some rando that he didn't even know. Our health is looking a little bit low right now, so I'm thinking it might be time to get down with the campfire. Let's go for it. That'll restore some of our consumables as well. You, tutorial, go away right now. And yeah, that appears to have helped out considerably. We've got a dead guy over here. He's got a ram's head. Ooh, that's pretty cool. He's also got some gold rot chew. And he's got a copper pan. Okay, just in case we need a pan for gold, I guess we've got it now. Is there anything off in this direction that I can utilize? No. Unfortunately, there will be absolutely zero utilization taking place on that side of the map. So we continue northwards and maybe eastwards. It seems like this is just like a dungeon crawl map. I don't know if we're going to run in any storyline or whatever out here, but it'll be a nice opportunity for us to get some XP on board. Golden celery. Ew. Celery. I hate celery. I've had to diet, so basically, if you don't know this about me, I lost like 80 pounds at one point in my life. I was big, I was husky, I liked food a lot, and I ate a lot of food, and people were constantly being dicks to me about it. And so I decided I was going to start working... Are you going to try and hurt me, Stag? He's actually sort of friendly right now. I wonder what happens if I shoot him with a magic missile. I hope he's not as badass as I was concerned he might be. Maybe I will throw out some spikies as well, just in case. How much health does it have?
Yes.
Enough to concern?
I shall deal with this one.
Are you just like not casting right now? What do you do? I thought I told you to do spikies. Let's see here. Decreasing their deflection. Okay, so he did it already. Do I have any, like, direct attacks? Like, anything that'll just be like, kablam! And, like, drop the enemy? I can order the enemy to halt. I'm gonna go ahead and give us a damage buff right here. Because he's not looking so great. And then after that, I'm gonna go through and maybe attempt to heal, although it might not work. Hooray! Well, I don't know if that worked out very well. There it is. Shoot him with a thing before he falls down and has serious contusions and protuberances to be worried about. He is just... I need you to tank, buddy. I need you to tank a little bit better. So he's got combusting... I should be using combusting wounds a lot more. So we got a stag hide. The value is 5 CP. Deer provide a great number of resources to the people dwelling in Durwood. Their bladders are used to create water skins. Ew, but there was pee in that. Brutal. Gotta drink out of a pea skin. I don't know if I want to live in medieval times anymore. When I was a kid, I wanted to, like, live at medieval times. Like, it's a place here in the United States. It's a little theme park thing that you go to for dinner, where it's, like, sort of an interactive, like, dinner and a show where you're in medieval times, and everybody is role-playing, and, like, you sit and you watch jousts, and they bring you out, like, period-specific foods and things like that.
Welcome.
Hold, sir. But a moment. A hooded man waits upon the road, clad in a green cloak. He strides forward to meet you as you approach, and at a closer distance, his features are revealed for those of a younger man, though lined with weariness. He appears to be favoring his left leg as he walks, and there is a dark stain upon the fabric of his trousers under the knee. Even so, he greets you with a polite bow. See, that's good that they did that right there, because that could have been embarrassing for him if they had just said that there was a stain on his trousers. I'd be like, well, whatever he went through, it must have been stressful. He lost control of his bowels. But see, then they said under the knee. And so, unless he's especially talented at projecting and then smearing himself in his own refuse. Good job. Good job. I do not know your purpose in traveling this road, friend, but I would warn you against it. He gestures up the path with a sweep of his arm. For the keep long, it belongs to that tyrant which calls himself the Lord of Gilded Vale. Like many tyrants, he surrounded himself with stronger men and women for fear of retribution. He smiles thinly. We should all welcome the assistance of a brave fellow such as yourself, but still, I think you would fare better with some allies. Who is this tyrant you speak of? Radric. He turns his head to spit upon the ground. He's Radric VII, descended from the great Adrian house that allied with Durwood during the Revolution. The Radrics have been stewards of the Gilded Vale ever since. They were once worthy of their charge. But no longer. The House of Radric is led by an oppressor, one who believes that he can purge the curse of Waidwen's legacy from these lands through force and fire. You've seen the tree at the center of Gilded Vale. It stood there since before the first house was raised, and now it is a testament to Radric's cruelty. Every week there are more bodies. He shakes his head, and we must put an end to it. Perhaps you could come with me. I sorely wish that I could, but I would only hinder you further. One of Radric's lickspittles slipped a dagger in my leg before he fell. May he be half so lucky in the next life. Okay, well, thank you for the warning. Perhaps I will return later. I hope that you will. I have heard of the deeds that you have already performed in service of our lands. We are sorely in need of one such as you. You might speak with Pasca, the Black Hound. She can put you in contact with reliable individuals, and if you should find your situation improved, I entreat you. Lord Radric must be stopped. If we don't stand against him, no one else will. Too long has Gilded Vale suffered under Radric's madness. He would cure Waidwen's legacy by ensuring that there are none alive left in the village to be afflicted. I fear his own wife, Egrid, might be at risk. The man has no mercy in him. I would face him myself and put a blade through his rotten heart, but our last attempt proved costly, and Lord Radric has called for reinforcements. Our time grows short, and in such times I must beg assistance where I can. I go now to gather what allies I have. Brave the keep if you dare. See Radric into his grave, and Gilded Vale will count you as its savior. The man bows again. May the gods guide your on. Okay, so the Lord of a barren land. I noticed that there are a lot of bears around. So, you know, a barren land indeed. It's bearing bears? I don't know. They set out to the east in the Easton Wood that there would be, or the Eston Wood, that there would be some kind of like bandit or brigand or something that might get up in our way. I'm going to save real fast because I enjoy saving. So if you see me quick saving, don't panic. It's just because I have no idea what I'm doing and I would prefer to not wind up dead and have to walk a long ways back after doing a whole bunch of tasks that we have already accomplished. It looks like we can go south through here. So maybe we'll cut south and we'll go after Kaed Nua and see if we can get rid of the batty chatty that's been going on inside of our cranial unit. You can go to Black Meadow. Yeah, let's do that. It will take you 6 hours to complete your journey from Eastern Wood to Black Meadow. Yeah, let's ride out on it. Let's see what we can accomplish right here. The save times, or I'm sorry, the loading times in between zones can be like long or short. It sort of depends. I don't know. I've had some save screens that are like, or I'm sorry, some load screens that are really, really long. And I've had some that are really, really short. Often the same ones. It'll alternate. So I don't know if it depends on how you have things like loaded up in memory. It's beautiful here. I like this map. It really does remind me of all those old Infinity Engine games back in the olden days. It's got that feel to it. Not a bad haul today. Watch the road, Willem. I'm itching to try out the new blade. Who? What in blazes? Willem, you useless bastard. Get him. We'll add his gear to the pile. Oh, shit. That's not good. Okay. So let's start out with our cleric. Let's get some buffs rolling, shall we? I think we'll go for Armor of Faith.
Aye?
With you, I think that I'd like to go for... Let's just fire off that right there. We've got our Acid Spike or whatever it is. I'm going to send him in to go fight with this guy. That'll give us a little bit of DR, I think. And for him, what can he accomplish right now? Oh, he's a wizard. That is bad. Okay, we'll give him the magic missiles then. Just let him have it. Unload on this dude. On this side, we have Blessing that increases the accuracy and damage. We could put Fear into the hearts of the unworthy. Let's drop that right there and see if maybe that'll work out for us. I can't promise that it will, but it's worth a try to see if maybe we can get their accuracy to drop off. Finish him for right now. You put a magic missile on that bandito over there, and then you get it here into melee. Very, very nice. And if you could handle him, what's he got left? Give him another magic missile. Put it across. And actually, try out the Fan of Flames for right... Oh, does that hurt my own guys? It looks like it hurts my own guys. You, what buffs and debuffs do you have right... Oh, you have knockdown? Okay, I wasn't aware that you had knockdown. Yeah. On this side, what level 2 spells do I have? We have Holy Power. Can increase the might and resolve. We have Divine Mark. Try that on that character right there. I'm interested. Ooh! I likey. Me likey. Made my enemies burn the divine fires of retribution for the Emperor. We strike true. Looks like we got a little bit of health flying off right here, so let's go ahead and heal everybody. Our wizard is not prepared to deal with that sort of damage. Unfortunately, he swapped targets on me. What level 2 spells do you have left? Necrotic Lance didn't work so great. Let's try Combusting Wounds on this guy. It looks like it does work on everybody because it puts a little targeting thing under their feet. I don't know. So he's got Combusting Wounds. This should make it so that we get additional bonus damage every time we strike this guy, I think. Is that what it does? Causes the enemy wounds to ignite in the area. Okay, so over time, each time that they are wounded. Okay, so it stacks up a little bit of extra bonus damage. I guess that's going to be the haul that we were looking for the Smith. And that's going to work out pretty good because honestly, we haven't had a whole lot of loot as of late. And so since lately there hasn't been much loot, we're going to try a little bit sooner to load that into our bag. We've got dire wooden clothing. I don't really like to wear wood. It seems like it'd be very, very itchy and prone to collecting bugs, but oh well. We've got hide armor right there, just in case you're a fan of the sneaking. Get it? It makes you hide better. There you go. And then we've got a bunch of daggers and we got a bunch of axes. Let's also loot this dead body down here. He's got himself a hunting bow, which we'll throw in the stash. He's got leather armor. I'm going to throw all this in. That looks like cotton or something right there. It's Svef. Okay. I don't know what Svef is, but hopefully it's useful. Let's have a look. Ooh, 189 copper. We could sorely use that right there. Not necessarily because we're broke or anything. It's just, like I said, we've been working out, so we're a little bit sore right now, and we need money, so... We've got what looks like a tattered note. I need you to deliver our haul for Kern to sell. He will not speak to you unless you know the words Iknabion Eldfion. He's only found in the gift after dark. Okay, and what is this? Is that the actual shipment itself? That's the actual shipment itself. Okay. And so the other places that we can loot, let's jump up and in here. I guess not jump, we'll run up and in here. That's going to give us a scroll of prayer against fear. We've got Methustos in there. We've got a little bit of oil. We've got some gear. Or, I'm sorry, some money. We've got some ale, just in case we want to get our alcoholism on. On this side, someone carved the initials TRS into the log. Greasy chicken bones rattle around the bottom of this crate. I love how they have little flavor text right there, like little things you don't need to know, but it just kind of like adds a tiny bit of character to the world and the areas that you're exploring. Our health's still looking pretty good, so I'm not going to worry about resting just yet, although we are a little bit low on supplementary spells right now. It might be worth it to crash out for a bit. Let's do it. And it looks like you actually only rest for about 8 hours. Now that we've completed those guys, so we don't have to do the fight again, we'll fire off another quick save real fast. Hopefully the game doesn't lose frames or anything when I do that. Losing frames, essentially. What the hell is that? A forest troll? I don't know that I want to fight with forest trolls right now. That seems like it might be outside my abilities. I mean, we can try. As far as I know, though, in most D&D type games, trolls can only be damaged by the flame. Which the whole thing makes me sort of nervous. If we could kite him out, I'd prefer that. Go ahead and run, and let's see if we can just drag him out like this. I mean, you actually keep moving. We'll fire arrows from this side. It looks like they can be baited slightly. Are they regenerating? They are regenerating, so we're going to need some kind of like focused force on these things. Otherwise, I don't think there's any way that they're ever going to go down. I wonder if they're weak to flame in this like they are in like every other game. We may learn this the hard way. Let's go after a fan of flames on that side. Actually, they don't seem to be that bad. They hit us kind of hard, but not hard enough to where I'm worried about it. Let's drop a spell up in there. I need everybody to switch weapons and jump up into combat. And if we can keep this nice and tight, this might be survivable. Let's give them a magic... I love magic missiles. Love the hell out of some magic missiles. It's just... it's a weakness of mine. I enjoy them tremendously. It sort of depends on the rate at which they can regenerate, too. Yeah, keep on him. Give him a necrotic lance. There it is. We might be able to bring him down. Although it's going to take all of our stuff that we just kind of like rested to get back. So either way, it's a big fight. We killed it. Now, is it going to come back? That's the part that really, really concerns me. With my cleric, I see, no, let's see if we can maybe knock him down. I don't even know if that's a thing that we can do against a troll. But on this side, with my cleric, we have Instilled Doubt. We have Prayer Against Infirmity, Repulsing Seal, Restore Light Endurance, Suppress Affliction. Actually, I liked that one, so let's try that one right there. That one's actually a really, really sexy ability that I enjoyed using last time. And then we'll kind of like double whammy him while he's down. And so, ooh, killed him with the critical right there. And it looks like we got 60 XP out. I think trolls in this game are not quite as terrifying as they are in other games. I mean, they still soaked a lot of damage. Like, they were definitely there. They were somewhat of a towel for that stuff. But still, they weren't as bad as I expected. I kind of expected them to walk in and one-shot me Baldur's Gate 2 style. I thought it was going to get a lot nastier than it actually did. And it looks like they've got some form... Blood moss, okay. I don't know if that's useful, but I guess we'll hold on to it till later. I need to get in here and start using the crafting system to maybe instill a few more items and make them a tad more, well, equipped, but I don't know. Let's go back to our inventory, and if we go to our stash, I actually think it's probably a decent idea. Let's keep this all cleared out. There it is. And so having dropped all that in there, we do have that horned helm, which might be more... How does that look? It's actually got sort of like a druidic thing going on. I'm not feeling it. Not feeling it at all. He's got a great sword. What are his talents, such that I know what weapons to give him? Where's his character sheet at? So he has constant recovery, knockdown, fighting spirit, rapid recovery, weapon focus, ruffian. So that means he has saber, stiletto, club, pistol, and blunderbuss. Oh, that's badass. We need to give him a gun right now. I didn't know there was going to be guns in the game. I'm a lot more excited than I was previously. I like guns. I like guns a lot. It's something phallic. I'm not really sure what it is about guns, but I like them. I just want to play with them and pull their trigger and shoot them all over the place and be like, bang, 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 bang. Just running throughout the hills with firearms like, whee! Because I am a bad gun owner. On this side, it looks like we actually have a fair amount of enemies, bordering on an unfair amount of enemies coming at us. Oh, we don't have Fan of Flames anymore, so you stay out of the melee then. Just stay the hell out of there. Do you have anything that would help with this rather large group of enemies? Oh, we do. It might be worth it to go something like this then. Oh, wow. That put them on their asses. Holy hell. That was the stuff right there. What's on you right now? Sickened. I think I have a thing for that. Except that I unfortunately no longer... Okay, so I thought I had that, but... What does Crucible of the Soul do? Oh, wow. That was legit. Okay. I guess at the end of the combat that falls off too, so that'll be nice. Doesn't look like we have any lootables right here. So I guess we'll just keep on trucking, but we are running out of utility spells. I do like how they've condensed cantrips. So if you don't know what a cantrip is, in D&D and in other like CRPGs, a cantrip is essentially, it's like abilities for casters that can be used whenever you want without any penalty. They tend to be just like really, really weak, and they keep your character from being useless when they're out of casts for the day. However, I like how in this game they folded that into the abilities that you can use once per encounter or twice per encounter. I like that, actually. That seems like the sort of thing where it gets rid of like the big old spell book with the cantrips and whatnot. It does limit variety. It limits variety a little bit, I guess, if you want to look at it negatively. But at the same time, I still think it's pretty cool. It works for me. Looks like we've got a bloody camp down here with a dead guy. I'm going to assume that they might have been the victims of the previous groups. A fine-ass hunting bow. Cool. I'll take it. We'll have to compare that in just a moment to all the other stuff that we have. We've got a bunch of spiders coming on in. I'm going to start out with a necrotic lance on the big guy. On this side, I'm actually going to hold on to my casts. Let me save my casts for a couple. No, I don't want you to do that right now. I want you to be down here with my fighters. And then I'm going to cut this combat off right here because you're not looking so bueno. Okay, so he is knocked out. Unfortunately, they got an attack of opportunity, which did not do well for him. We've got a lot of spiders to kill, so I'm figuring if we stay focused here, we should be able to handle this no problem, though. I hope. I don't know, this is why I save frequently. This is why I save. So let's throw out a heal right there. I'm going to throw up some holy armor on all of us, too, so just bleh, there it goes. Is there still a spider on that side of me? So now that we've got better damage resistance, I need to make sure that our cleric is throwing out heals at a suitable rate. That's actually going to heal both of us, so let's do that. We'll let the fighter do his job. It's a little bit of health back. I'm actually going to have you spam on that for right now. Just because it seems like a good plan to have. Especially since the big guy's coming in just a second. Face off with the big guy. Unfortunately, it may look like we're going to have... Let's interdict right here, shall we? Let us interdict, and that'll daze him. We may take too much damage to manage, unfortunately. Come on, don't die. Stay up. I give you divine purchase to stand against these foes that are before. Okay, so he's down now. Oh no, he's back up. Okay, so he's not down. He's good. Let's take all these guys, and we're just going to auto-attack our way through this since that's all that we have left. Alright. That fight got out of hand a little bit quickly, but that was due to mismanagement on my part. That one was pretty much all my fault. That guy's running all over the place trying to get around that tree right there. Got a little bit of cash on that dead guy, which makes me pretty happy. And now, we are out of stuff to assist our journey, so I'm going to camp because we are... out of casts for right now. I should probably, so in their spell books, sorry about that minor interruption. Let's go ahead and assign his spells because I get the feeling he might have more level 2 spells. No, never mind. He has 4 casts. It's a little bit odd the way that they arranged that right there. So if we take a look, we just rested. So he gets 2 casts of anything he wants from that school right now.
Hey, of course.
Alright, so he'll unlock more slots later. Never mind then. It should be okay. What does this have? A spare bedroll is laid out in this tent, but there's no other sign of Kith. Okay, well apparently we're searching for a guy named Kith right now. Nope, I'm just joking. No other signs of life. I think I'm going to break the episode off right here. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me at the Nerdcast for the next episode of Pillars of Eternity. I look forward to seeing you all in future episodes. Take care out there, everybody, and hi-do.